So the conscious power that brings force, being into existence. So pure source, pure potential. That is, something that I would argue that feminine is able to create, stuff out of nothing. And that's their power more than masculine power, where we can use force to create structures. And, the feminine power Peterson's pointed to is the feminine is that which selects. So they're the sort of gatekeepers of creation and procreation. And their ability to guide attention, which, Corinne, you mentioned that Mother Teresa brought attention to the world, to the plight of a minority. That is an ideal that the feminine can do. They can turn the head of power. They can change the environment, shape the environment, create a sense of home. And that's something that I'm missing growing up here, is that my sense of home, the homeland, Taiwan or China, I'm disconnected from that, and I can sort of almost feel that viscerally. And America doesn't have a sense of culture. It's only 200 some years, and we sort of stole it from indigenous culture. So there isn't a sense of strong home here. And modern culture sort of is divorcing that sense of home. And maybe that could be why the feminine is crying out for something needs to change.
And so none of them really explored the femininity from a female perspective. The importance
so there's a challenge, or I'll throw another ism. Sufism sort of, I would say, they capture the best as far as into words, but there's my challenge of trying to understand or talk to people about divine feminine, or trying to get a grasp, is that it's essentially invisible. It's like, there's an impossibility of putting into words.
Yeah, really, I mean, I agree with that kind of a feminine chaos versus the masculine structure. But I think that it's the authentic vulnerability being a female and being authentic, and that is very scary, because when you're being authentic and vulnerable, that is the scariest thing in the world.
One thing that's come up in that thread of her exploration is there's a disowning of the Mother Bear type of energy, that maybe that's why the feminine people are unable to actualize that vulnerability, because they're not tapped into a certain archetype, power behind Mother Bear or something like that.